All right, welcome back now. If you can see on the screen, we are back now in the Ads Manager dashboard. Now, first thing that we want to do is we got to be able to create this campaign. So I'm going to run through a test campaign with some test ad sets and a test ad so you can actually see it being built. And then we'll go over different examples that we've been able to create that have worked really well so you can literally just model right after them, okay? So I don't want you to feel too overwhelmed right now. I know there's a lot going on with Facebook advertising and you might just be wondering, is this really gonna work for me? Now, we're gonna go through budget testing, we're gonna go through interest testing, we're gonna go through everything together. And I might break this down into 2 or 3 videos depending on how long this goes because I don't wanna bog you guys down with all this information. So first thing first is we gotta be able to figure out what is gonna be our first campaign. We want to make sure that this is organized. We want to make sure it's easy for you to work through. We want to make sure it does not confuse you on what ads are working and what ads aren't when you first get in here. Now, one mistake that we made at the very beginning of our marketing careers was we would create a new campaign for each ad. Now, what we learned is that really what you want to do is you want to create one ad per ad set, right, for true testing, but you can do that underneath one campaign. So as an example, as just an example, let's say that we are looking at this campaign right here, which is us basically using our swipe file as our giveaway. And what we did here is, if you could see, we have 3 different ad sets within this one campaign. So we have one campaign, which is selling our Academy for $197. And then we have 3 different target markets within that campaign that we're serving that ad to. Okay, so we have one campaign, 3 different ad sets for targeting, and then we have the actual ad itself, which we're running to, which I'll show you in a second. But look how easy it is for us to see which one of these is working best. When we come here and we click on the actual campaign that we want to look into, we can see right here, okay, look, we've gotten, what is this? About 4 times as much invested, right? We're doing the same ad budget here. And what we're doing here is we're saying, okay, well, we're getting within 6 cents, right? The cost per result about $5 to $5 per lead. Now it's actually less than this, just to be real with you guys, because our ManyChat campaign, the way that we're gonna work through the tracking, Facebook only triggers when people take certain actions and visit certain pages. And with ManyChat, it's a little bit different. So I'll go into that in later videos, but this cost per results, most likely, I think if I did the math on it, it's right around like $350, $375 per lead. We're just not getting everybody to go back to the thank you page and getting them to click through that link in the ManyChat option so that they could then trigger the pixel, which will then count as a lead for us. Okay, so little technical right there. Don't worry about that. Just wanted to share with you that these cost per results sometimes can be a little skewed based on how your pixel's set up or the way your funnel is. So again, but take a look at this. We have $9.71 per lead versus $5.17 per lead, or $5.23 per lead. Now, if you were looking at this, which one would you run, right? We know for a fact that we paused this one after just $29 invested because we were paying 2 times as much per lead, right? So this is gonna be a quick way when you have this set up, right? When you follow the directions inside this video, you're gonna be able to create your campaign. We're gonna create multiple ad sets within that campaign, and then we're gonna have one ad that can help us test those ad sets. So as a breakdown, a true test, a true market test is gonna be where you take one element and then you're testing that one element. The best thing to test first in advertising is gonna be the interests, okay? So first thing is let's go ahead and pretend that we are creating a campaign right now that's gonna sell that our goal is to be able to sell a product, right? So goal is to be able to sell, like, we'll take this, for example, our Academy in for the $197. So what we would do is we don't wanna make anything inside of Ads Manager, right? Remember that from last video? We wanna go to Power Editor, and then from Power Editor, let's go ahead and start to create a test campaign. Okay, we're gonna do this from scratch. Nothing in here has already been created. And so I'm gonna go to first things first is create campaign, okay? From create campaign, it's gonna give you these drop downs. Now, the first thing you wanna do is you wanna make sure that this is create new campaign, create new ad set, create new ad. Now, you can change these names at any time, so don't get stuck on this part, okay? If the name isn't coming to you, or if you're thinking, oh, well, you know what, this is the best thing for right now, then name it what it is. So for this example, we're gonna put Test Academy 197. This lets me know because the price for the Academy is gonna be raising. And so what we wanna do is make sure that these ads, of course, are telling us that, okay, this is from the results from people who are purchasing the 197, okay? That's why we wanna be as not descriptive as possible, but we wanna be able to know that when you look inside your ads manager, that you could find which campaign you want. You want to be organized with this part, okay? So we're going to call this Test Academy 197. Can't really change anything with the auction for some reason. I don't even know why they give you a drop down. Never been able to change that, the buying type. But the campaign objective now is going to be conversions. So here's where I want to get into a little bit. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. As you can see in the drop down menu, there are so many different ways for you to set up your ad campaign. Now, this is an objective that you're letting Facebook know about so that they can help optimize your performance. If you choose, say, video views, then what Facebook is going to do is Facebook is going to serve your ad to people who obviously have a behavior, have a history of watching and engaging with videos. If you use a page post engagement, right, where it says post engagement, what Facebook is going to do, it's going to serve your ad to more people who have behaviorally indicated in their past that they are going to engage with posts on that topic. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot more people who are liking and commenting on your posts. You might not get the buyers through, right? Because sometimes what we want to do is we want to filter these people in, build this audience, get them engaged, and then we want to serve them with another offer. So video views and page post engagements, it's great to be able to create an audience. You will get some leads and some sales, but it's mainly for you being able to create this this bucket of people who are interested in a specific topic. And then what we want to do is retarget them with an offer. So I'll get into the retargeting bit in later videos, but for right now, I want you to really understand the difference between these between these campaigns. So the number one campaign that you're going to be running is going to be the conversion campaign. That's going to be the very first campaign that you're going to want to run. Now, again, I'm going to share with you how to set up your pixels and how to do all that. So you want to make sure that you're going through this process and you want to make sure that you are definitely following the instructions, okay? Because if you set up your campaign for the wrong conversion event, then Facebook is not going to help you. It's actually, you're going to be fighting each other. You're going to be thinking, why am I not getting these sales? And then you're telling Facebook really that, hey, look, I just want video views, or hey, I want page post engagements, or things like that. So the top 3 events that you're going to be running, number 1 is going to be the conversions. Number 2 is going to be the video, going to be like traffic, that's like website clicks. And then number 3 is going to be your lead generation. These are what you call lead forms. Okay, lead forms are great because they're going to take the information, verified information from Facebook, and they're going to automatically populate the name, email, or whatever form, whatever options or forms you have open on your landing page. It's going to automatically populate it with the information that they got from that lead. So if I'm looking for, say, if I'm on Facebook, I see in my news feed a lead form ad come through my feed, and it's something that I'm interested in. If I click on that, it's going to bring up a pop-up basically inside of Facebook, so I don't have to leave Facebook. It's going to make it to where I don't have to put in my name and my email. It's going to automatically do that for me. And then all I have to do is just press a button. And when I press that button, it's going to then add me to your list. I'm going to be able to get what I wanted, and everything's going to be able to work fine, right? So lead forms are really important. Now, those are for conversions, right? Now, when you're looking about building out events, when you're looking about building out an audience, then what you're going to want to do is focus on video views and page post engagements. Okay? Do never, ever, ever run a page like campaign to build your page likes. Never do that. You'll actually see more people who are going to like your posts and engage with your posts if you run a page post engagement or if you run a video view ad. It's crazy how it works, but you're going to actually see more people like your page. That way it's going to be costing you less and you're going to be building a better audience. We've seen that a lot of the page like campaigns, Facebook serves them to like third world countries. Okay, so you're going to be getting a lot of likes from places that most likely aren't interested in ever buying from you, which is going to be like you wasting money. So it might look cool to the world that, oh, I got 1,000 people, I got 5,000 people who like my page, but how many people are engaging with that? And how many people can you actually retarget with an offer that would possibly purchase? Probably very slim to none if you use a page like campaign. So that's my like number one thing for you right now, is I hear it all the time. Well, I'm running a page like campaign to help build my audience. Negative. Do not do that, okay? That's going to be throwing money down the drain. Now, you can always mess around with like reach, brand awareness, things like that. But from what we've seen, it's most likely going to be your conversions, your traffic, lead generation, video views, and post engagement. Okay? So what we want to do in this instance is we're going to be tracking conversions. So we're going to take conversions, and now from here, now I know that my number one audience that I'm going to be running my conversion campaigns to is going to be my retargeting audience. So I'm going to choose inside of my ad set name, this is what you're going to name it. So it could be like entrepreneurs. It could be people who follow Napoleon Hill. It could be people who who actively shop. Right? It could be buyers. It could be whatever it is that you want to do. I'm going to name this ad set based on what I'm actually targeting. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to call it custom audience. Okay, so now I know that this is a custom audience, and it would be NC for Northwood Consulting engagement, and then maybe in parentheses 90 days. So for the last 90 days, okay? And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna then name this ad. Now the ad's gonna let you know and identify what type of ad it is. So for us, let's say that we're using an image, and I'm not sure what image we're gonna use. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna type in image, and I would probably put like if it's an image of somebody banging their head against the wall, it'd be like image banging head, right? That would be a way for you to identify which of these is working best, okay? And so now what we would do is, let me just get rid of that, go image. Now you have your campaign name, you have your campaign objective, you have your ad set name, and you have your ad name. These all can be changed at any time, so do not get caught up on this. Now what we want to do is go to create. Now from create, you're gonna have this slide open, right? And now you're gonna wanna click the option that you wanna go to next. So you can either click ad sets up here in the tabs, right? Or you can click ad set right here. When you click ad set, now, of course, this is where you can change your name if you want to. Let's say that you get a little bit further down and you realize that you wanted to change your interests or something changed. You can go ahead and change the ad set name here. Now, first thing is that they give you is your placement. Anything that Facebook recommends most likely is not good for you. It's meant for beginners, not for people who are actually looking to grow a significant business online. So typically Facebook is going to try and keep it simple for you. I want to also keep it simple, but I want you to get better results. So number one, take care of that placement. You want to edit placements, and you want to make sure that it's not being served everywhere. Okay, as you can see here, we want to get rid of the audience network. The audience network is a third party, and you have no idea what third party it is. This could be on, they could be showing your ad on Pandora, Spotify, it could be on a Nike ad or a Nike website. It could literally be anywhere where Facebook has partnerships with. So you don't know if your ad is being served on some website that has a market that's totally different than what you're going after. And if that's the case, you're literally throwing money away. So we don't want to use audience network. It's just a way for them to create more space. And if you understand business, it's all about supply and demand, right? So this Facebook platform, the supply is going down and down and down and down because demand is going up and up and up, which means that our costs are going up and up and up and up because there's less for us to choose from. So that means that we have to pay more to Facebook to get our stuff seen. Well, if they did not add the audience network in there, right, then what would happen is our cost would even be higher because there would be less space, there'd be less inventory. So what we want to do is make sure that we're not using it, even though it's available for people, we don't want to use the audience network. Second thing is we want to get it off Instagram. And the reason why is because you want to test these platforms separately, okay? You want to test Instagram maybe as its own ad, and you want to connect that to your business account. So that's for a later video. But right now, we just want to make sure that we don't have Instagram connected. Now, when you click this drop down, you're going to have instant articles and right column. Now, for a retargeting audience, having the right column up works very well. We've seen it work very well. Now, having a cold audience, I would not run right column, and I would do it only in the feeds. And I would run it both for mobile and desktop at first until I got some data. And then what I would do is I would make it only for Facebook or make it only for mobile or only for desktop. Okay, so you can go into this. I'll show you how in the next video about how to, what stats to look at and all that stuff. So we want to make sure that we are choosing where our placements are going to be at. This is letting Facebook know where you want to serve your ad. So now that we have these two places set up, because like I said, I'm running it to a retargeting audience, okay? So we want it in the right column. I want it on both of these, okay? So now we have that set up. Now this is where we go for our conversion event. Now, if you have not set up your conversion event yet or your pixel yet, then go ahead and head over to the pixel video and make sure that you set up your pixel on your website so that you can then track these conversions. So what we want to do is we have a couple of them that are already active, right? So we have all these that are active. I want to track the leads, okay? So I'm going to track a lead. And now from here, I'm going to go ahead and set my daily budget, okay? So let's say that I want to set it at $10 per day, okay? Now I can schedule my start date. And here's one quick piece of advice. If you're launching an ad on Friday night, I would wait until Monday. Saturdays and Sundays don't typically work the best a lot of the time. Now, if you have your ad launched already and you're tracking this data, make sure that you're viewing which day of the week is converting the best for you. Which day of the week is converting the best for you? And we do have a video in here on what to use to track these so that each day you can then look through this and see which day is going to be the best, okay? So make sure to go through that video inside the Academy on how to track proper conversions with using Excel sheets on Facebook. Now, when we come through through here, let's just say right now you can see it's like, earlier in the morning, it's midweek. I could feel free to launch this immediately after I get done. So I'm going to keep this right here the way that it is. You don't want to schedule it to end on any day. You just want to maintain it so that you can come in here and pause it or stop it whenever you want. Now, if you have a event, right, that say you're promoting a webinar and the webinar is going to start at a specific time, like 10 days from today, then you want to end it on that day. So that way you don't have to worry about it. It'll just end automatically, okay? But you don't have to actually set that up if you're not doing something that has a end time. And now we want to go into our audience. So when you get to creating your custom audience, which is a video inside the Academy for creating your audience, now what we can do is it's going to give you all of the drop downs. So now we're going to go and say, okay, people who engaged with, we have a lookalike audience. I don't want to go and send this to my lookalike. I want to send it to my custom audience. So I'd go with people who watched this video, people who watched that video, people who did that, my engagement, do February videos, Infusionsoft leads, watched. Oh, that's let me see. Yep, there we go there. We have engagement. Okay, and then we have customer list right here. Let's see. We don't want the lookalike. We got video views. We got watched. So we have right here. We have this. We have this. Okay, let me see. So we don't want any lookalikes. We do have all of our, okay, so as you can see here, we have a 4,600 person audience. It's crazy when you think of it like this. You're like, okay, well, I'm only gonna, I'm only reaching 4,600 people. These are a very small group of people that are very engaged with what you do. So this is why you want to make sure that you're following the instructions in how to create the proper sales funnels, right? If you have a brand awareness campaign that's going to help you generate an audience, right? So let's say that we have a video that we're going to run to your target market, and that video is going to be there just to get video views on a topic. So you might be sharing strategy on 3 things to do to generate leads, or it might be 10 ways to lose weight, or it could be how to properly clean your teeth if you're selling hygiene, whatever it is. But you want to create this video that's going to be entertaining and informative to your audience that can then attract these viewers. When you have that set up, then you're going to be able to create your custom audience, okay? And the custom audience now, as you can see here, this is only in the last couple, I think like 60 days or something like that. Some of it goes back a little bit, but 60, 90 days. And so what we want to do here is we want to see that, okay, we have all this set up. We know who we're targeting now. The locations, I know that I typically promote to Canada and the UK. Anything else outside of that is a little bit hard to get with. So again, now we're up to 5,300 people, okay? So now with these 5,300 people, I know that I do not want to target anybody who's under pretty much 24 years old. And then from there, we don't want to go above, typically what we've seen is right around 60, 55, okay? So we have these people. Now, if you have a lot of people who don't speak English, then you could do that and make sure that it's English all. If you already have a lot of people who are speaking English, then it's okay. You don't have to really fill it in. Now, here's the tricky part. When you have your custom audience, you can even get more descriptive, and you could say, okay, well, people who are in my custom audience who also match this, like let's say they like sales, or they like a specific software. So like if I wanted to target people who are on my retargeting list, right, people who have engaged with my stuff, and then I want to target those people who within that group also like Infusionsoft, or also have Aweber, or have email marketing tools, right? Then that would make sense for my email swipe campaign, right? Because now I'm targeting people who are engaged with my page, who also are into email marketing, right? So I don't believe that that's necessary to get that narrow if you have a retargeting audience created, okay? Now, if you have an audience of like a couple million, then we want to get it down to between 1 million and 5 million as the potential reach here, okay? So as an example, if you were to not have a custom audience, right? So if you didn't have a custom audience with all these, then what we would do is we would then keep and make sure that the potential reach here, based on the interest that you put in here, that the potential reach is between 1 million and 5 million. Okay? 1 million and 5 million. Now, again, I've seen it work with 100 to 500,000. I've seen it work with 5,000 people, right? It just depends on where you're at inside your business and what data you already have collected. So I'm not going to put anything into the detailed targeting here because I already have my interest. Now, we don't want to expand on interest because we already know who we're targeting. We don't want to expand on this. This is a way for Facebook to now allow you to go broader when what we want to do is be more specific. So again, this is going to be automatically checked. Make sure you uncheck this. Make sure you uncheck this. And then we have we don't need any connections filled out. And then here's where at the very bottom we have a way for us to really make sure that we're only being charged for conversions, right? We only want to be charged for conversions. And this is the only reason why it says recommended is because that's the campaign that we chose at the beginning. If you remember, the campaign we chose was a conversion campaign. They're going to let us know that conversions are recommended. We don't want to pay for impressions and we don't want to pay for link clicks. Okay, now here's where we want to get more specific. And we're going to tell Facebook that after one day after clicking or viewing the ad, those are the people that we want to track. Those are the people we want to optimize for. So when Facebook sees that, okay, well, this person clicked and then they became a lead, what was the time frame between that? Was it 1 day or 7 days? Okay, well, within 24 hours, let's go ahead and serve this to more people who are prone and have the behavior to seeing something and acting fast on it versus waiting a 7-day period, right? And next we want to do is make sure that you have it on automatic or manual. Now, manual is going to be work great for higher budgets. As you can see, based on where I'm at, it's going to tell me that I need $30 per day to be able to get this conversion. So it's going to cost me $30 for a lead. That's what they're basically saying, that other people are bidding between $22 and $43 to get their ad in front of the similar audience, right? That and they're going to basically charge me the same thing. That's not the way that it works, okay? I could go ahead and I could change this up to, let's say $43. And then what's going to happen is now I'm telling Facebook that, okay, I'll be willing to put in $43 for every result. So I'm letting Facebook know I'm willing to outbid these people, but my budget does not really promote that. Because right now my budget is, let's say, $10 a day. And if I'm willing to put in $40, it's basically telling Facebook, hey, I'm willing to wait 4 days to get my result. So if you don't have a $20, $30, $40, $50 per day budget per ad, then what I would do is I would make this automatic, okay? I set this automatic, let Facebook set that for you until you start to get a bigger budget. So now we have the ad set created, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here because it's a lot to get going. We know that we've got our ad campaign, right? We know what we're selling. We have that created. We know what objective we're gonna go after. Next, we went and covered the ad sets. So everything inside here, you are now ready to go. Now, again, like I said, if you do not have a retargeting audience, let me go ahead and if you don't have a retargeting audience, you're gonna see that if I were to delete, let me delete these real quick. I'll put them back together for the actual ad, but let me just show you that what numbers I'm actually looking for, okay? Because what we wanna do is off to the right, you're gonna see how many people you have. So we're gonna come here, let's go to detailed targeting. Let's go to, let's say, email marketing, so I'm coming here, email marketing. Now, this is not a very good interest because we want to be more specific than this, but as an example, look, here's email marketing. We have potential reach 680,000. Now, if I want to add, say, Infusionsoft, there we go with that. We're at 790. And now let's just go ahead and add the other email marketing campaigns, right? So we have GetResponse, MailChimp, Aweber, Unbounce. Okay, so now we're at 1.5 million. You see how I remember we were looking between 1 and 5 million? This is a large enough audience to where I can get my ad in front of them. And as you can see, we're still getting in front of about 1,000 people per day. That's about average that we're gonna see, okay? Now, if I were to expand my interest, watch what happens. You see how now I'm at 170 million people. 170 million people is too large of an audience. Okay, you're not going to get the results that you want because you're not going to be able to outbid the people in that market. You're not going to be able to, especially on a $10 per day budget. So what we want to do is make sure, again, that your sweet spot is between 1 million and 5 million. That's going to help you get more of a reach. It's going to help you be seen by more people at a lower cost. Okay, 1 million to 5 million, and this is for cold traffic. Okay, now what we want to do is make sure that everything else is set up. So hopefully that clears things up a little bit for you. You know exactly how to set up your ad campaign. You know what to do with your ad set. You know what the process is for choosing your budget, how to get the detailed targeting, what the sweet spot is, how to optimize for delivery, right? And then we also have your targeting interests and how to create and install your custom audiences along with the placements. So up to this point, this is where we want to now, again, I might change this and I might say, okay, so let's say I change it up and I don't want to go with the custom audience anymore. I'd go with email marketing and platforms. Now I know when I look at my ad set that this is only being served to people who like email marketing and the platforms that they're on. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to come up and again, you can go to ads here or you can go to ad here. I'm going to stop this video right now so that we don't get bogged out. Make sure that you get up to this point all set up inside your ad. And now the next thing that we're going to do is actually go into creating the ad itself. So I'm excited about that. Make sure that you're up to this point. Don't stall out. If you need to rewatch it again, rewatch it. And I'll see you on the next video.